white and smooth, like snow. Those dark, expressive eyes were mesmerizing me. The lush curly hair that dropped down her face only added character to her everlasting beauty. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, guess, she was the prettiest woman I'd ever seen. I wanted to talk to this heavenly angel, but I slowly walked across the hall. As I stood before her, my heart was pounding hard. And then, wake up! It's time! Yelled my father, putting an end to my beautiful dream. My tryst with girls began the day I entered St. Joseph's Boys' College. At St. Joseph's, I was a very obedient student who would only sit in the first bench to see all the pretty girls at Sacred Hearts who were across the road. As I entered engineering, the infection continued. For 3 long years, I looked, and I hopelessly looked at all the pretty girls without much luck. I was now all of 21 and plagued with the biggest problem in my life, the lack of a girlfriend. At college, it had somehow become a rage. All my classmates had the 2 most important ingredients in their life. One was a bike, and the second was a girlfriend. And when the girlfriend was on the bike, they were just unstoppable. And here I was, neither did I have a bike, nor did I have a girlfriend. Each day, all I had was 2 BMTC buses that helped me land up at college. Here was a boring old character who would walk in and at the sight of a bell, leave that compound in no time. For once, a sense of inferiority had engulfed me. I just felt left out. I desperately wanted to experience the power of love. Finally, one fine day on my way to college, I saw this pretty young girl. She was fair, tall, flowing hair. Toastmaster, she boarded the same bus that I boarded. She got off at the same stop that I got off. She was from the same college that I was in. I wondered how ever did I miss her all these days. Excited, I stepped into college to find my friend dirish eagerly waiting for me. Dirish looked up and said, "You know, I saw Anurag with a girl." I said, "Maybe a sister. She's in Pune. Maybe a friend. Not that we know of. She's fair, tall, flowing hair. Man, she rocks." Anurag, that dark, short, bald guy, had a girlfriend. And me, I just couldn't take it. The next day I encountered Anurag at college. He had this mischievous smile. "I'll introduce you to her," he said. "When? Where?" I was growing desperate. "Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pizza corner. But no flirting, huh?" He wanted me. The next day I was there at 11 a.m. sharp, dressed in my best, to see someone's girlfriend. Anurag was seated next to, oh my God, one more, gone. The pretty girl at the bus stop was his girlfriend. Shruti Janardhan, she announced. Even her voice was heavenly. "What do you do?" she asked. "Staring at you." I told myself, what do you do? She again asked. Mechanic, I blurted. For 2 long hours, we had a chat over meals. Anurag declared, Dirish, I'm in love with Shruti. We've been going steady for the last 6 months, and I intend to marry her in 2 years' time, he said. With a heavy heart, I wished them well. As I returned home that day, I was feeling terribly low. Not because my friend had a girlfriend, or not because the girl I saw at the bus stop was his girlfriend, but because my life had just not changed. I was desperately wanting to be in love. The things were just the same. Times passed. Girls also passed. 6 months down the lane, Anurag called me and said, Dirish, I'm marrying Shruti next week. I want to invite you for our wedding. Can we meet at Pizza Corner? The next day as I walked into Pizza Corner, the two of them were already seated. Shruti looked a bit pale though. Anurag couldn't wait for 2 long years. I joked. Anyway, congrats. We had a chat over meals, and as I decided to leave, Anurag paused and waited while Shruti slid on the seat. I heard a sound, a clutter. Shruti bent down to pick what was now her legs. A pair of crutches. My heart stood still. Dirish, a week after we met, Shruti met with a terrible accident where both her legs were crushed, declared Anurag. Dirish, I admire her for her grit. I admire her for her determination. And never have I loved her as much as I do today, declared Anurag. And I decided to marry her right away. I had tears in my eyes. Anurag was not sharp. Anurag was not dark. To me, he was the tallest person that I'd ever seen. As he helped Shruti to her feet, for the first time in life, I understood the real meaning of the word called love. I realized that love was not about macho bikes or pretty girls. Love was not a feeling. Love was not an emotion. Love was all about accepting the other person with all his flaws. Love was unconditional acceptance. Because that day I learned my lesson about love. Mr.